Hey everybody, welcome. This is Andrew with A.L. Johnson Life Insurance Agency, and I just wanted to hop on really quick to introduce you to our newest agent, Mrs. Zandra Nelson. Zandra, how you doing this evening?
I am doing well. How are you doing this evening?
Hey, listen, I'm doing great. I'm blessed and highly favored, just like you are. I appreciate having you. I just wanted to hop on really quick and just kind of introduce you, let people know who you are, how they can contact you, and why it is that you got into the business. And so, before we get into that, can you just tell us a little bit about who is Zandra Nelson?
Sure, no problem. I am a mother of four. I am a grandmother of two, and I have two granddogs. I could not leave them out because my kids would fuss at me if I did. I am an accountant by profession. I've been an accountant for the last 30 plus years. Um, in 1999, right before the pandemic, I retired from corporate America because I decided I wanted to work for self. That didn't pan out. I had to end up going back to corporate America because my savings were drained. But as far as getting into life insurance, um, I've been an agent since 2017. Just dabbling it, really dabbling in it. But later I'll probably tell you why I got into it. But right now, currently, I work for the Kansas City School District as a bookkeeper. Um, I decided to work there. I turned down a position, Lord have mercy, at the courthouse, making over $70,000. I decided to. I didn't want to really deal with the politics, so I decided to go to take the lesser paying position. And I wouldn't say it's less headaches, but it politic in the politic arena, that's where the principal and the vice principal deal with that. I just deal with the money. And also it allows me more leeway because I go to more than just one school. So maybe, on the way to another school, I'm like, oh, I can go here, I can go there. But other than that, that's this is just me in a nutshell. Besides being having all these different roles, my main love is the love of people.
And I can sense that. I can sense that from our conversations and things like that. So you're a mother, you're a grandmother, you're a grandmother to the dogs too. So you had to mention them as well.
Yes.
And you have a previous experience as an accountant. So you've already been active in the community and helping people
Yes.
with their finances. What is it that made you choose life insurance? Because with your experience, you probably could do just about anything. But why is it that life insurance specifically made you say, hey, this is what I want to do and this is the way that I want to help the community?
I got into it. I'm always for the reason why I got into it. I remember when I was like in maybe my 30s. I was looking for extra income, and I was looking for like other accounting positions. And this when I called this one accounting position, they was like, the man was like, "Well, no, we already had that position filled." He was like, "Have you ever thought about selling life insurance?" And I was like, "What? Selling life insurance? I'm not no salesperson."
Hmm.
I'm like, "No," but come full circle, I had a friend who he was doing something on Facebook. He was talking about his new job that he had. And I texted him, I'm like, "What's your new job, dude?" He's like, "You got time? You got time? Come down here and I'll tell you all about it." I'm like, "Okay." And when I came down and his presentation, the way he did his presentation, and after he did his presentation, and when I did more research, and that's what it seemed like it clicked. For me, it's not about the money because the way I see it, when you help people, the money will come. That's
Absolutely.
that's the way I see it. But what clicked for me was when I realized how our people,
Hmm.
people always say, "Oh, you're poor." You No, we are the people are very, very rich, very, very rich. Look at the stats of, we spent like $1.6 billion a year.
That's right.
We're very, very rich. The thing is, we're just financially illiterate.
That's it. That's
And
it.
that's what got me. That I was like, my goal, I was like, oh wow. I said, this is a mission I can get on board with, is tell our people, to teach our people what, I hate to say this, but what white people do every day, what they pass down to their children, how they teach their children about money, how they, get life insurance policies and put them in a trust, where that's where their generational wealth comes from. I'm like, our people need to know this. This is a done deal. I said, sign me up. I end up signing up with PHP. It's called, People Helping People. I did that for a while until I got, and I left because my upline, he was a great teacher. Andrew, he's wonderful. But the thing with him was, if you weren't making the money,
Yeah.
he didn't mess with you. And
That's usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes.
yeah, and I
So
understand, but I didn't like that. So I gently stepped back, and I put my license down for a minute. I kept it, but as far as like getting policies and stuff, I didn't want to. I didn't do it. But what came to me was during the pandemic, when I had time to think of what I wanted to do. I said, okay, I want to go back and doing the life insurance, and that's when I came up with the name of my insurance company agency. Is I'm all about leaving a legacy. And so therefore that's where the name came from, Legacy Financial Group.
love it, love it. Um, our backstory is a little similar because before I got into insurance, I was a mortgage loan officer. And initially, it was just kind of one of those things. What can I pivot to? The market had crashed in 2008, 2009. I got licensed January of 2009, and I remember initially I got into the business honestly just to make up a paycheck that I was missing.
Mm-hmm.
What really turned the corner for me and made it more about that and more about the community was the first death claim that was paid out. I remember there was a lady that passed away. She left her son a little over $200,000. And coming from where I come from in my background, I had never seen a check that large. And it was just like, wow, like look what his mother did for him. And when you look across our community, and you could talk to 100 people, and I guarantee you within our community, very few people ever see that type of windfall, right? We have this lottery mentality that causes us to waste money. We go to the casinos, we do all these different things in hopes of hitting it big. But life insurance guarantees generational wealth, and it's a way that we can buy it. We don't have to build it like a business. We don't have to do anything complicated, like say figure out all of these different investment strategies and all of that. We can simply purchase life insurance, make a monthly payment, and that guarantees generational wealth for our family. There's nothing better for our community. And I wish more people understood that and took advantage of it. And so I'm definitely happy to have you aboard because you're able to spread the mission as well. And here at A.L. Johnson Life Insurance Agency, one thing that I'm very adamant about is we don't sell. And if anyone who's watching this, if you've ever done business with us, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. We aren't salespeople, we're educators. And so not only do we help you get life insurance, but we show you the right type of policy for your situation. Because if you buy the right type of policy at the right time in your life, there is no better investment that you can make for your family. So I'm very excited to have you. You also mentioned something, we were talking on the phone, and you said that another part of your mission is you want to turn more young people onto the industry. Can you tell me why that is and what opportunity you feel exists for them?
Well, as you when I first started with PHP, when you see the statistics of uh, of original life insurance people, they're now that at this point in time they're probably dead, but it's less of us color in the insurance game. And my motto is to teach our young children. Um, they don't have to go to college. College is not mandatory. Everybody's not meant to go to college. If you really do your research regarding college, it's to crank out workers. See,
Absolutely,
you
and it's
know,
part of the
nice
debt
college you don't
system.
want to go to.
Um, it's part of the debt system. Now, what I'll say is, I'm not against college, but
Oh,
this is my thought. No, but this is my thought process. It's just like trade school. I know a lot of people that make a great living as electricians, plumbers,
yeah,
carpenters, and
yeah,
life insurance is very similar in the fact that you can get a license, not necessarily a college degree, and then you have the earning potential as someone who went to college for 4 years and racked up a ton of debt. And so,
yes,
I would say for people who are wondering, like, should I go to college? If you don't know what you're going to do, I wouldn't say that college is for you at that time,
right,
but you may consider trades or professional licenses, just like, life insurance. You can get into health insurance, Medicare. There are so many parts of this industry where you can find your niche, kind of get in where you fit in, as they say, and make a
yeah.
living for your family.
Oh, definitely, because majority of the young people that I run into, great business minds, great. They fail to realize it, and like I tell them, occasionally I run into a couple drug dealers. I said, you know what? You know your numbers, right? You know how much product you got on the street, right? You got, yeah. I said, you can take the same thing, do it legal, and baby, you just don't realize it. And and it's all about change this mindset.
That's right.
Change, change the mindset. I come from a family on my mom's side, my grandfather's side. They're all about schooling. My mother was a teacher, and my dad was a factory worker. Great
Mhm.
factory worker. He had great work ethic. So did my mom. I remember at one point in time, I wanted to become a teacher, but then found out one of her friends got beat up by a student. I said, nope, not me, because I know I would go to jail because I fight kids. I said, Mama, you know that, and she started laughing. And so I decided to become an accountant. And even as an accountant, I guess I'm a very rare breed because I love what I do. When it comes to playing with other people's money, I love what I do, and I didn't realize the love for my job when I realized, you know what, the CEO don't run nothing. It's the CFO that runs everything. Because if you don't have no money, you can't run a company.
That's right. That's
And I
right.
and ever since then, oh boy, I love playing with other people's money. But I got to the point I just turned 53. My youngest son is a sophomore in high school. I have my baby girl. She's about to graduate in May, and I told my son, "Baby, I need you to do me this one favor. I need you to graduate." I said, "Because Mama has a plan." It's like, "You have a plan? You're not going nowhere." I said, "Baby, when you become a senior, we're gonna have a community picnic. We have a community parade. You're gonna graduate." I said, "Next day, I'm going to Dubai. Bye."
Out of here. And here's the beautiful thing about the life insurance industry now. When I first started, everything was done face to face and in person. I used to walk around knocking on doors. I carried a rate book. I had to calculate the rates for my clients. We had to fill out these papers. I was telling someone that I helped yesterday, we used to have to swab your mouth. And so there was this little, mouth swab. I have to swab your mouth to see if you were a tobacco user or not. It was a very cumbersome profession, to be honest with you. But
Mhm.
now with technology, like you said, going to Dubai, you have your license, you can help people from anywhere in the world right from your laptop. And so it's a very
Yes.
beautiful thing. Croy Thompson asked a question. I just want to address that. He said, how do you get into insurance sales with no network to start? So when I first started out, like I said, I used to knock doors. I used to go door to door. I used to get cold calling lists and sit on the phone for hours and hours and hours. But things have changed dramatically. Now we
Mhm.
have the power of the internet. You can run Facebook ads. You can run ads on the radio. You can do podcasts. There's so many different ways that you can start attracting clients to you
Right.
that the opportunity is wide open for anyone. And so, for anyone who's watching and you say, hey, I'm kind of interested in the life insurance business, feel free to reach out. Zandra, you actually, so you've just been with us a little while here, but you actually just helped your first family. Um,
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that experience and what did it feel like to know that you set something in place that's actually going to pay out in the future and help a family?
Well, actually, it was my stepmother's sister. She has been on me and on me. I th- I only want you as my insurance person. I need a policy for Dion. Okay, yeah, yeah. And I just blew her off until she cornered me. She's like, you know what? I'm not playing with you. You better give me those rates. And that's when I end up and
Right,
contacting you, because she had a stroke. Yeah, I think in 2015. So I didn't know how that was going to affect her. And I was like, I told my stepmother, okay, okay,
right,
let me
right.
use my people.
Now,
And
that's a big part about what we do. And so if you don't mind me jumping in there, uh, that's what got me to become an independent broker because I worked for a company. They had their set of guidelines and criteria as far as what pre-existing conditions they would accept. And there were a lot of people that I just couldn't help. And so I remember you calling me and you said, "Well, I tried this one product, and the person got denied, and we were able to pivot, right?
yeah,
We were able to pivot and we were able to find her coverage. And so that's one of the big advantages working with an agent that only works with one company. They're very limited in their
yeah,
product offerings, they're limited in the pre-existing conditions that they can accept. But with our agency, we represent multiple A-rated carriers who have a wide range of pre-existing conditions that they accept. And so, hey, if one company doesn't work or one product doesn't work, we pivot and move to the next
yeah.
because we do believe that generational wealth is for everyone. And so
Yeah.
congratulations on helping that family. I think
Thank
you did an
you.
excellent job. Excellent job. And so, there's one thing that I ask everyone
Mhm.
that comes on my podcast, and I'm really curious to hear your answer. So, we're just going to imagine for a second that a genie's lamp fell out of the sky, plopped right in your lap. You have three wishes. Now, you can't wish for a mansion or cars or clothes or none of that. These are three wishes for your community, right? And so if you have three wishes and those wishes would be granted, what would your three wishes be for the community?
Um, oh, good question. Mm, one wish is for the the entire east side of Kansas City to be insured.
Mm,
And the reason why I say this is I was listening to a man on a broadcast and he said something so profound. I'm like, okay. With all this violence going on in Kansas City, I want to change Kansas City's name from Killer City to Insured City. And the
mm,
reason why is we all know in order to stop all this violence, we have to hit people in the pocket. That in which means in hitting the Dow, which means if we get, if I get, if all of us we get east side of Kansas City insured with big policies, if a couple people end up dying, they have those big policies, red flags gonna go up at the insurance company because we already know they don't like to pay out. So they're gonna do some investigations. So crime's gonna come down because they're
Well,
gonna
you
like,
know what? And here, just to add on to that, and I want to get to your other two wishes, but I want to take a minute here because this is important. Um, I believe that if we had these policies, and people are going to pass away anyway, so let's just think
right,
about it really quick. There's several types of insurance. You have car insurance, homeowners, etc. Life insurance is the only one that's guaranteed to pay out at some point because you can have car insurance, you never get in a car accident, you have homeowners, your house never burns down, but all of us are going to meet our maker at some point. And
oh
so
yeah,
life insurance is definitely going to pay out. And because we know that and have that understanding, we also have to understand that if there was a large sum of money left behind for each person that's passed away, that in and of itself would change things in the community because I truly believe that a lot of the problems, as far as the violence and the things that happen in our community, is because of a lack of resources.
oh
When you
yeah,
put a whole bunch of people in a tight area and there's very little resources, very little money, people aren't able to see out their ambitions or live out their dreams. They become angry, they become frustrated, and now you have all this violence. And so imagine all of the aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas that have passed away over, just say, the past 10, 15 years, if each of them were leaving behind, two, $300,000, I truly believe that next generation, or the second generation out, would not have the struggles that caused them to resort to violence. What do you think of that?
I agree wholeheartedly with that. It comes back to financial literacy. That is the most important, because right now, I hate to say this, but majority of us as a people, we're in survival mode.
Absolutely.
And that's sad to say. We're in survival mode. Every majority of us are living paycheck to paycheck. You have to rob Peter to pay Paul. You don't know, you don't, sometimes you don't know where your next meal comes from. You have to go to the pantry just to eat. And the number 2 wish on my list is, I want to, when we talked before, I want to create more and more financial industry agents that look like me.
Yeah.
I want to show them, hey, I have something for you. You don't have to go to school. Come learn about this. You care about people, money's going to come.
That's right.
Long as you have integrity about yourself and doing business the right way, that will come. You'll look around like, dang, I make that much. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's great. That's great.
I love helping people.
And the thing about that too, people generally sell to who they're comfortable with, right? And so the more of us that enter the industry, the more of our people will get coverage, and that's the ultimate goal here. And what's your third wish?
My third wish is for this to become really a family business. And so I want my kids to look at a picture of me one day and say, all because of her, we have all this.
Give me a virtual high five for that one. Give me that. Damn. That's one of my big reasons too. One thing that people don't know about the life insurance industry is there is a base of income that's created over time as you sell policies, and that's transferable to the next generation. And so while you're showing other people how to build generational wealth, you're also building generational wealth for yourself and your family. And so it's a great thing. Zandra, if someone has listened to this and they say, I want to talk to her about life insurance, how can they get in touch with you?
You're more than welcome to contact me by my cell phone. Now, let me tell you something about the cell phone. You're gonna have to leave a message, because sometimes it takes it. I'll be so busy. I don't, just leave a message on the phone, or you can contact me at area code 816-446-4344, or you can contact me on Facebook. Inbox me at Zandra Beyond Bless Nelson. Contact me there. I'm working on getting a Facebook page for the company, for the agency. Or you can email me, and my email address is the letter C, THEVISION, the number 1, the number 2 at gmail.com. So it should read see the vision 12 at gmail.com. I'm ready. I'm ready to I told the school district, I'll give you 3 years of my life. And after that, it's full time.
Yeah, no. I tell people this is the best part-time job in the world. You're helping people, you're able to make a great income on the side, and it's not a huge time investment if you do things the right way. And so again, this is Zandra Nelson. She's our newest agent. And one thing that you heard is she said, well, I'm building this and I'm building that. So let me clarify. With our agency, we actually teach people how to start their own family business. And so it's not to carry my name. It's not to push me or my brand. This is about her and her family. And I'm just here for support. And so in the meantime, while she's building her agency and her website and all that, if you need some life insurance education, You can visit aljohnsonlifeinsurance.com. If you scroll to the bottom of any page, you'll notice that you can join our newsletter. I want you to take a moment to do that. In our next newsletter, there's going to be a feature of Zandra, and you'll have all of her information so you can contact her and follow up with her as well. But I do thank you for taking out the time. Did you have any last words or final thoughts that you wanted to share with the audience?
Yes, I also too. I just want to let everybody know I'm in the process of doing workshops, and one of the workshops is called "Having the Uncomfortable Talk: Life Insurance 101." And basically, it's telling you about the different types of life insurance, the life insurance terms. At the end of it, you don't have to get it from me, but just get insured. That's all I ask. Get insured.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But thank you so much, Ginger. I appreciate having you on. Really happy to have you on board. I think you're going to do an excellent job and you're going to help a lot of families. And so I appreciate you. For those of you that are watching right now, I want you to go and grab a drink, grab a couple snacks, because in about 15 minutes, we're going to be back on the A.L. Johnson Life Insurance Agency podcast. I have a really sharp brother who's well versed in the stock market. His name is Chris Dunlap. He's going to be going over a lot of information on how you can beat the market in 2023 and increase your income. So I definitely want you to check that out. That's going to start at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is it. That is it. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you again shortly.